Have you ever felt that moment when the universe seems to pause, urging you to take a step back and reflect? Today, we are called to explore the divine mysteries of the last quarter moon, a phase steeped in celestial power and grace. This moon, predicted by astrologers 120 years ago, is not just another phase in the sky. It's a major spiritual warning for your life. It marks a sacred turning point in the cosmic dance, inviting us to slow down, release what no longer serves us, and prepare for the renewal that is just on the horizon. As the moon appears half-lit, bathed in a balance between light and shadow, we are reminded of the balance within ourselves. This is the moment to turn inward, to look deep into your heart and soul. The universe gently calls to you. It is time to breathe, to release, and to trust the process of renewal. You may feel an inner tug, an urge to cleanse yourself from old burdens, negative thoughts, or emotions that have kept you stuck. This is the cosmic invitation to let go, to purify your spirit, and to create the fertile ground for something beautiful to bloom. During the last quarter moon, you may feel a sense of restlessness or uncertainty. It's as though something is shifting within you, but you can't yet see what it is. This is the subtle energy of transformation, a quiet force guiding you toward your next chapter. You might feel emotionally drained, and yet, this exhaustion is not a sign of defeat, but of deep inner work happening behind the scenes. Trust that even in moments of stillness, the universe is clearing the path for your growth and evolution. So, dear ones, embrace the energy of this sacred time. Let the flow of the moon's wisdom guide you as you release the past, cleanse your soul, and make space for the new beginnings that await you. The last quarter. Moon is a powerful invitation to heal, to reset, and to align yourself with the infinite possibilities that are unfolding before you. Let go with love, trust the journey, and prepare for the blessings that will come in divine timing. So, dear ones, as we stand together in this sacred space, I invite you to embrace the divine flow that surrounds us. The last quarter moon calls us to release what no longer serves, to purify our hearts and minds, and to make room for the radiant new beginnings that are waiting to blossom within us. This is a time of deep healing, a time of resetting and realigning with the infinite energy of the universe. I feel a deep calling to share the powerful talks with you, each designed to awaken your spirit, lift your consciousness, and guide you toward the highest path. I ask for your sacred support, for your subscription will help us reach 1,000 souls who are ready to step into their power and light, building a divine community to spread the message of love and awakening far and wide. Your comment, such as "I am ready for this transformation," shared from your heart, is an offering to the collective energy of healing and growth, and your like is a vibration that propels us forward, resonating with the frequencies of love, light, and boundless possibilities. The universe is calling you to step into your greatness. Trust the process, trust the divine timing, and know that together we are co-creating a world of peace, love, and awakening. The journey has begun. Let's walk it together, with love and blessings always. As we move towards the end of February, a powerful and unique event is about to unfold: the last quarter moon. This phase is already significant in astrology, but this year it's even more remarkable because of some rare planetary alignments that are happening at the same time. These alignments are not something we see every day, and they bring a special energy to the moon's natural influence. Let me explain why this last quarter moon is a time you need to pay attention to. In astrology, the moon represents our emotions, intuition, and inner world. During a last quarter moon, we are asked to reflect on everything we've experienced since the new moon earlier in the month. It's a time to assess how far we've come, what we've learned, and where we might need to make adjustments in our lives. However, this last quarter moon is different. Its effects are intensified by the rare planetary alignments that occur right alongside it. This makes the moon's energy stronger and more charged than usual. These alignments create an environment where deep, lasting changes are possible, but only if we are open to them. Picture this. The planets in our solar system are all lined up in ways that we don't often experience. These alignments can bring extra pressure on us, heightening our emotions, amplifying our thoughts, and making us more aware of the decisions we've been avoiding. The universe is encouraging us to let go of old patterns, release unnecessary baggage, and embrace a new, healthier way of thinking and living. This may feel intense at times, but it's for our own growth. Because the energy is more intense than usual, it's important to prepare yourself for this phase. The last quarter moon can bring up things from the past, feelings you thought were long gone, or old fears that you haven't fully addressed. With the planetary alignments making everything more potent, this is not the time to ignore what's going on inside of you. You may feel extra emotional, or you might find yourself confronting issues you thought were already resolved. Don't be afraid. This is simply the universe's way of urging you to deal with these things once and for all. Here's what you should do to make the most of this period. Take time to reflect. This is a great opportunity to sit quietly and ask yourself some important questions. What areas of your life feel out of balance? What habits or relationships are holding you back? And most importantly, what is it that you need to release to move forward? The last quarter moon brings clarity, but only if we allow ourselves to pause and listen. It's a time of self-awareness, where you can really get in touch with your true feelings and desires. As you reflect, think about the planetary energy that is surrounding this moon. The planets are not just moving in the sky, they are actively influencing us down here on Earth. Some of these alignments may push you to confront challenges head-on, while others might encourage you to find peace and let go of past burdens. For example, some alignments might bring extra focus on relationships. Maybe it's time to heal old wounds or make a final decision about a certain connection in your life. Other alignments might highlight career or personal development, urging you to step out of your comfort zone and take the next step forward. It's important to remember that even though this moon phase might feel emotionally charged or intense, the purpose is to bring you closer to your higher self. This is not a time for fear or worry, but rather a time of empowerment. You are being given a chance to release what no longer serves you and make space for something better. Whether you need to let go of past hurts, forgive yourself, or cut ties with negativity, the universe is offering you the perfect moment to take action. During this phase, it's also important to be kind to yourself. The energy might bring up uncomfortable feelings or reveal things you hadn't noticed before. But trust that these revelations are gifts. They are part of your growth process, and this moon is showing you what needs attention. Allow yourself the grace to process your emotions and thoughts without rushing to find immediate solutions. Sometimes, the most important thing is simply to acknowledge what's coming up. Now let's talk about the visuals of this time. Imagine the sky above you as a reflection of what's happening inside you. The planets align, creating a powerful force that is like a cosmic mirror. The energy from the last quarter moon, amplified by these planetary movements, becomes a tool for you to reflect and release what no longer serves you. The sky is speaking to you, offering guidance. This alignment isn't just for the sky above. It's deeply connected to your own personal journey. You are being guided. The moon's energy, combined with the planetary alignments, is a sign that the universe is aligning to support your transformation. Whether you see it or feel it, this cosmic dance of the planets is meant to guide you toward balance, healing, and self-discovery. The last quarter moon is a moment to honor the wisdom you've gained, release the things that have weighed you down, and prepare for the new chapters ahead. As you move through the next few days, remember, the universe is giving you a special opportunity. It's time to clear away the old, make room for the new, and embrace the clarity that this unique moon phase brings. Be prepared to release, be ready to heal, and know that the universe is supporting your journey every step of the way. Let's dive even deeper into the significance of the last quarter moon, a phase that many might overlook, but one that carries incredible importance in the spiritual journey. Often, when people think about the moon, they focus on the new moon or full moon, the times of beginning and culmination. But the last quarter moon is equally powerful and offers a unique chance for growth, clarity, and transformation. The last quarter moon is a time to pause and reflect. It's a moment of evaluation where we take stock of everything that has happened since the full moon. This phase is not about starting new projects or making big, bold moves. It's about looking inward and assessing what's working in our lives and what's no longer serving us. It's a time to ask ourselves tough questions. What have I learned? What habits or relationships are no longer beneficial to my growth? What patterns have I been holding on to that I need to let go of? This phase can feel a bit quieter compared to the energetic new moon or full moon, but that's because it's deeply introspective. While the full moon asks us to celebrate and embrace the culmination of things, and the new moon invites us to plant new seeds, the last quarter moon asks us to evaluate, reflect, and clear the path. It's the perfect opportunity to release what doesn't align with our higher purpose and to prepare ourselves for the new beginnings that the next cycle will bring. Now, why is this phase so important, and why is it often overlooked? We live in a world that celebrates action and achievement, and the last quarter moon doesn't necessarily fit into this outward focus. Instead, it asks us to turn inward, to slow down and take the time to evaluate. For many, this doesn't seem as glamorous as starting something new or celebrating a success. However, this introspective time is what sets the stage for future growth. During the last quarter moon, you may find yourself naturally letting go of things, be it old emotional baggage, outdated beliefs, or even physical objects that no longer serve you. This is a time of cleansing, not just externally, but internally as well. Think of it like cleaning out a drawer or closet. Once the clutter is cleared, you have space for something new. Similarly, once you've released the old emotional or mental clutter, you make space for fresh energy to enter your life. You may even find that during this time, old feelings or situations resurface. This is actually a sign that the universe is helping you clear out lingering emotions or thoughts that have been stuck. This is the time to face them, understand them, and release them. It's an internal clearing that allows you to step into the new with a clean slate. Let's talk about how the last quarter moon prepares us for the new beginnings that are just ahead. You may feel that this phase is simply a time of endings, but in reality, it's the bridge that leads to the next cycle, the new moon. The new moon is all about new beginnings and fresh starts. But to truly embrace the new, we must first let go of the old. This is where the last quarter moon comes in. It's like a natural reset button, giving us the opportunity to shed the old skin and prepare for the next stage of our lives. If you think about it, the entire moon cycle is a journey of growth and transformation. The full moon represents the peak of energy, the culmination of all the hard work and intentions you've put into the universe. After that, there's a shift. The energy starts to wane, and during the last quarter moon, we begin to release and let go of anything that is no longer aligned with our true selves. As the moon transitions from the full moon to the new moon, The phases reflect the natural cycle of inner growth. We celebrate, reflect, release, and then prepare ourselves for a fresh start. Imagine watching the moon in its different phases: waxing, full, waning, and new. The journey from full moon to new moon is like the journey from full expression to inner reflection. As the moon begins to wane, we witness it slowly retreating, shrinking, and ultimately disappearing during the new moon. This process symbolizes how we, too, move from outward action, full moon, to inward reflection and release, last quarter moon, and then finally into new beginnings, new moon. You can also picture the moon's reflection on the ocean, where the tides rise and fall. The full moon pulls the tide in, full and strong, but as the moon moves into the last quarter phase, the tide begins to recede, leaving space for reflection and stillness. This ebb and flow represent the constant cycle of inner and outer growth, where sometimes we need to release and make space in order to grow. During this time, remember that the last quarter moon is here to help you evolve. It's giving you the space and the opportunity to clean the slate before the new energy of the new moon begins. The introspective nature of this phase is meant to help you look at your life from a place of clarity, honesty, and awareness, so you can enter the next chapter of your journey with greater focus and purpose. In practical terms, this is the time to go through your life, your habits, your relationships, and your goals, and ask yourself, what has served me well? What needs to be released so I can grow? Take the time to sit with these questions, knowing that the universe is supporting you as you prepare for the fresh energy that will come with the new moon. The last quarter. Moon is not about rushing or forcing things. It's about being in the flow of the natural cycle and giving yourself permission to pause and reflect before the new beginnings arrive. So, as the moon moves through this phase, take a deep breath and trust that this period of reflection is preparing you for what's ahead. And the last quarter, moon may feel quieter than other phases, but it's powerful in its ability to help you release the old and prepare for the new. This is your time to grow inwardly before the universe gifts you with new opportunities in the next cycle. Use this moment to clear away the clutter, both inside and out, and get ready to step into the new with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. As we continue our journey through the last quarter moon, let's explore how this phase deeply impacts our emotions and subconscious mind. The energy of this phase encourages us to release emotional baggage, let go of outdated beliefs, and break free from habits that no longer serve us. If we think about it, these are the kinds of things that weigh us down, often without us even realizing it. And the last quarter moon offers a powerful opportunity to clear them out, making space for renewal and healing. The last quarter moon is a time of emotional release. The emotional baggage we carry often stems from past experiences, old wounds, unresolved feelings, or situations we've never fully let go of. The energy of this phase invites us to confront these emotions, reflect on them, and allow them to pass through us so that we are no longer held back by them. When we are willing to release these emotional burdens, we allow ourselves to heal and make space for fresh, lighter energy. Have you ever noticed that when you hold on to negative emotions or past hurts, they can keep you stuck? These emotions can influence how we react to current situations, often without us even being aware of it. The last quarter moon gives us the chance to reflect on these old emotions and beliefs that no longer serve us. It's time to let go of the fear, guilt, anger, or sadness that might be weighing you down. This is not about ignoring or suppressing your feelings. It's about acknowledging them, processing them, and releasing them with love and compassion. Along with emotional baggage, the last quarter moon also encourages us to release outdated beliefs and limiting thoughts. Sometimes we carry around beliefs that we inherited from others, or ideas that no longer align with who we are today. These beliefs could be about our worth, our abilities, or even our potential for happiness and success. The energy of the last quarter moon helps us look at these beliefs with fresh eyes and question whether they are still true for us. Are they empowering, or are they keeping us small and stuck? During this phase, we have the opportunity to consciously decide to let go of any outdated beliefs that no longer serve us. This could mean shifting the way we view ourselves or the world, allowing ourselves to see new possibilities and embrace a more positive and empowering mindset. It's a time to reprogram our thoughts, replacing self-doubt with self-love, fear with faith, and limitation with unlimited potential. In addition to emotional baggage and limiting beliefs, the last quarter moon also calls for us to evaluate our habits. We all have habits, both good and bad, that shape our daily lives. The problem is that some of these habits may have outlived their usefulness. Whether it's a habit of procrastination, negative self-talk, or unhealthy ways of coping with stress, these habits can hold us back from living the life we truly desire. This phase gives us the perfect opportunity to look at those habits and ask ourselves, is this habit helping me grow, or is it keeping me stuck in old patterns? The last quarter. Moon's energy encourages us to release these unhealthy habits and replace them with new, more supportive ones. This could mean committing to healthier routines, prioritizing self-care, or adopting practices that promote mental and emotional well-being. Whatever habits you're ready to release, this is the time to take action and create healthier, more aligned patterns in your life. Now let's talk about some ancient practices that can help us align with the energy of the last quarter moon and enhance our process of releasing. These practices have been used for centuries to bring clarity, peace, and balance during this phase. Decluttering is one of the most powerful tools during this time. This isn't just about cleaning out your physical space, it's about clearing out the energy in your environment. When we hold on to physical objects that no longer serve us, whether it's old clothes, items from past relationships, or things that carry negative memories, we are subconsciously holding on to the energy they carry. Clearing out your space during the last quarter moon can help you release the old, creating room for new energy and new opportunities to flow into your life. It's a way of creating a fresh start, both in your environment and within yourself. Another ancient practice that aligns beautifully with this phase is meditation. Meditation allows us to connect with our inner selves, creating space for clarity and reflection. During this phase, meditation can help you reflect on the emotional baggage or limiting beliefs that are ready to be released. It also helps us become more aware of our thoughts and patterns, allowing us to gently let go of what no longer serves us. You might find that in meditation, old emotions or thoughts surface, and this is a beautiful sign that your subconscious mind is ready to process and release them. Meditating under the influence of the last quarter moon can also help you tune in to the universal energy that's supporting your growth and transformation. Journaling is another powerful practice during this phase. Writing allows you to express your emotions, reflect on your experiences, and gain clarity on what you need to let go of. Journaling during the last quarter moon can help you identify emotional patterns or beliefs that are keeping you stuck. It's also a wonderful tool for setting intentions for the future once you've cleared away the old. Consider journaling about what you're ready to release and what you hope to bring into your life. This can be a deeply cathartic and healing practice, helping you honor the journey of letting go. By using these ancient practices, decluttering, meditation, and journaling, you can enhance the process of emotional and subconscious release. These practices provide tools to help you focus on the present moment, reflect on your inner world, and align with the transformative energy of the last quarter moon. They offer guidance, healing, and clarity, and they allow you to actively participate in the release of what no longer serves you. As you move through this phase, remember that emotional and subconscious release is a process. It might not happen overnight, but with each step you take, whether it's through meditation, decluttering, or journaling, you're creating more space for healing, growth, and new beginnings. Embrace this time with patience and trust that the universe is helping you clear away the old to make room for the new. The last quarter moon is your opportunity to release what you no longer need, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and embrace a future filled with possibilities. Take this time to let go, knowing that the energy of the universe is supporting your transformation every step of the way. As we move deeper into the energy of February 2025's last quarter moon, we must also take a moment to consider the powerful planetary influences at play. The energy of the moon is not working alone. It's being amplified by the presence of Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury. These planets will be playing significant roles during this time, and understanding their influence will help you navigate the emotional shifts, decisions, and even global events that may unfold. Let's take a closer look at how these three planetary bodies are shaping our experiences during this transformative period. First, let's talk about Saturn, the planet of structure, discipline, and boundaries. Saturn is often referred to as the taskmaster of the zodiac because it brings lessons of responsibility, organization, and long-term planning. During the last quarter moon in February, Saturn's influence is especially strong, encouraging us to face the reality of what needs to change in our lives. If there are areas where we've been procrastinating or avoiding hard work, Saturn will bring them into sharp focus. This can feel like pressure, especially when it comes to the need for restructuring or rebuilding certain aspects of our lives. Whether it's our careers, relationships, or personal goals, Saturn wants us to get serious about the future. It's as if the universe is saying, it's time to get organized and lay the groundwork for lasting change. Emotionally, Saturn's energy can feel heavy. You might experience feelings of limitation or even frustration as it calls on you to face the reality of where you are and what still needs work. However, these feelings of pressure are not meant to break you. Instead, they are there to motivate you to put in the effort needed to build something solid for your future. Saturn's lessons can sometimes be tough, but they lead to growth and stability in the long run. In decision-making, Saturn's energy encourages you to be practical and methodical. Now is not the time for impulsive decisions, but rather for thoughtful, calculated moves that will ensure your success over time. If you've been avoiding difficult conversations or procrastinating on important tasks, Saturn's energy may push you to finally address them. On a global level, Saturn's influence often manifests as societal restructuring. We may see a focus on reform, laws, and systems as structures are evaluated and rebuilt. It's a time for collective shifts that are designed to create long-term stability, but not without some growing pains along the way. Next, we turn to Uranus, the planet of innovation, sudden change, and unpredictability. Uranus loves to shake things up and introduce unexpected events that push us out of our comfort zones. While Saturn may urge us to build solid structures, Uranus pushes us to revolutionize those structures and think outside the box. During the last quarter moon, Uranus energy brings a wave of unexpected shifts and breakthroughs. These moments can feel like sudden realizations, flashes of insight, or unexpected changes in our circumstances that feel like they've come out of nowhere. If there's been something in your life that you've been struggling with or feeling stuck in, Uranus may bring the breakthrough you've been waiting for. offering you a fresh perspective or a sudden shift in direction. Uranus is also linked to rebellion, so you may feel an urge to break free from old patterns or systems that no longer resonate with your true self. This could show up as a desire to challenge authority, defy the status quo, or embrace unconventional ideas. Uranus urges us to step into our authenticity, even if that means taking risks or going against the grain. On an emotional level, Uranus may stir up feelings of excitement or restlessness. You might feel an urge to make bold changes or pursue something that feels completely different from what you've done before. These changes may be uncomfortable at first, but they are ultimately freeing, allowing you to express yourself in new ways. For decision-making, Uranus encourages you to be open to the unexpected. While Saturn brings structure and caution, Uranus calls for flexibility and innovation. If you're faced with a decision that feels outside the norm, consider embracing it. Uranus's influence during this phase invites you to take bold steps toward a new future, even if the path is unclear. On the global stage, Uranus can lead to sudden events that challenge existing systems. Think of political shifts, technological breakthroughs, or moments of social change that seem to come out of nowhere. These events can be revolutionary, changing the course of history, or sparking a wave of innovation that reshapes how we live. Finally, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, thoughts, and mental clarity. Mercury's role during this phase is crucial because it helps us process and articulate what we're feeling, thinking, and experiencing. As the last quarter moon encourages us to release and reflect, Mercury supports us in understanding and communicating our thoughts and emotions clearly. During this time, Mercury's energy will help us gain mental clarity, the ability to look at our situations and make sense of them. If you've been struggling with confusion, misunderstandings, or lack of direction, Mercury's influence will bring the insight and focus you need to make clearer decisions. It's a time when thoughts and ideas that have been swirling around in your mind can finally come into focus, allowing you to see things from a new perspective. In terms of emotions, Mercury can help you process what you've been feeling during this introspective period. You might find yourself journaling or having important conversations that bring greater clarity to your emotional state. It's a time for honest reflection, and Mercury provides the mental tools to understand yourself on a deeper level. When it comes to decision-making, Mercury encourages us to be clear-headed and thoughtful. Avoid rushing into decisions based on emotions alone. Instead, take the time to carefully consider your options, analyze the information, and communicate your intentions clearly to others. On a global level, Mercury's influence often highlights global communication, the sharing of ideas, and advancements in technology or travel. You may notice more focus on exchanging ideas, reaching agreements, or understanding different perspectives. It's a time when dialogue and negotiation become key tools for resolving conflicts or moving forward as a collective. As we look at these planetary influences together, we can see that Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury create a unique and powerful combination of energies during February's last quarter moon. Saturn brings structure and responsibility, urging us to face reality and build a strong foundation. Uranus brings the potential for unexpected shifts and breakthroughs, encouraging us to embrace change and innovation. And Mercury helps us gain mental clarity and express our thoughts, allowing us to navigate this time with awareness and insight. Together, these planets create an energy that supports growth, change, and transformation, but also calls us to take responsibility for our choices, to be flexible, and to communicate openly. Whether in our personal lives, in our decision-making, or in global events, these planetary influences will guide us through a time of reflection, release, and preparation for the new. As we continue to explore the energy of February's last quarter moon, it's important to understand how the planetary shifts we've discussed, Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury, don't just affect our personal lives, but also have a powerful impact on the global stage. The energy of this moon phase, combined with these planetary influences, can trigger shifts in collective consciousness, sparking political, economic, and environmental changes around the world. When the energy of the last quarter moon aligns with the influence of planets like Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury, there's a ripple effect felt globally. We're not just talking about what's happening in your personal life, but how these shifts affect the collective consciousness, the shared energy, thoughts, and emotions of people across the globe. Think of it as a group energy that connects us all, whether we realize it or not. With Saturn's influence, we can expect a global reckoning, an intense focus on what needs to be restructured or reformed in our societies. Systems that are outdated or no longer serving humanity could come under scrutiny, whether they're related to politics, education, healthcare, or economics. People may begin to question traditional structures, leading to debates and even movements aimed at reform or overhaul. On a global scale, Saturn's influence may prompt discussions around accountability, discipline, and long-term change. This could manifest in political systems or governments being forced to take action in areas where there's been neglect or failure. We might see calls for action on environmental issues or more focus on sustainable solutions to address global challenges. In contrast, the energy of Uranus will likely trigger unexpected shifts and breakthroughs on a global level. Uranus often acts as a disruptor, causing changes that are unpredictable and difficult to foresee. For example, sudden social movements, technological advances, or political upheavals could arise unexpectedly. The rebellious energy of Uranus may lead to protests or grassroots movements fighting for greater freedom, equality, or justice. On the economic front, Uranus could bring disruptions in industries or markets, especially with technological innovations or shifts in global trade that no one saw coming. You might notice sudden changes in global markets, cryptocurrency trends, or other economic forces that take the world by surprise. When we consider Mercury's influence on global events, we see the power of communication and dialogue coming into play. Mercury's energy will facilitate the exchange of ideas, making it easier for people to connect, negotiate, and share information. This can result in new agreements or shifts in how countries, organizations, and individuals communicate with one another. We might witness global conversations around key issues, whether it's climate change, social justice, or even the impact of new technologies on the future of work. Mercury encourages transparency and open dialogue, which could lead to policy changes or international agreements aimed at addressing major challenges. On the political front, the planetary alignments during the last quarter moon can trigger significant political changes or upheavals. With Saturn's influence bringing an emphasis on structure and accountability, we may see governments or leaders facing increasing pressure to reform or make changes to long-standing policies. This could be especially true in regions where there is social unrest or dissatisfaction with the current system. Uranus, on the other hand, can trigger sudden political shifts that may be unexpected or revolutionary. Think of this as a time when established norms could be challenged, and new voices may emerge in the political landscape. Whether it's in the form of new political parties, protests, or political movements, Uranus encourages us to break free from conventional thought and embrace new, innovative ideas for the future. On a personal level, this energy invites you to be more politically aware and actively engage with the world around you. You may feel more compelled to participate in social or political discussions or support causes that are meaningful to you. This is a time to reflect on how you can contribute to positive change, both locally and globally. The economic landscape is also likely to experience shifts during this last quarter moon, influenced by the energies of Saturn and Uranus. Saturn brings a focus on stability, long-term planning, and responsibility, which could lead to discussions about economic reform or a more sustainable economic future. This might manifest in changes in global financial systems, with more focus on ethical investments, sustainable industries, or addressing inequality in the distribution of wealth. Meanwhile, Uranus's energy might create disruptions in the economy in the form of technological innovations or new markets that emerge out of nowhere. We've already seen how the rise of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology has disrupted traditional financial systems. The energy of Uranus during this phase could bring more breakthroughs in the financial sector, challenging how we think about money, banking, and the economy itself. On a more personal level, you may notice changes in your financial situation during this period. Whether it's a sudden opportunity, a shift in your spending habits, or the need to reassess your long-term financial goals, the energy of Uranus and Saturn together will encourage you to think more carefully about your financial future and how you can build stability in a rapidly changing world. Environmental issues will also likely come to the forefront during this period. With Saturn's influence urging us to reconsider our structures and systems, there may be more focus on sustainable practices and addressing climate change. Governments and organizations might push for more eco-friendly policies, such as green energy, carbon reduction plans, or new initiatives to protect the planet. Uranus, as the planet of innovation, may bring about breakthroughs in technology that help us tackle environmental challenges in unexpected ways. We could see advancements in clean energy, sustainable agriculture, or new methods of reducing waste. However, Uranus's disruptive energy could also bring unpredictable environmental events, such as natural disasters or sudden shifts in weather patterns, which could act as a wake-up call to the world. Mercury's influence will also support greater communication about environmental issues. With the flow of information becoming more transparent and accessible, there may be greater global awareness and collaboration around environmental conservation efforts. This could lead to stronger international agreements or grassroots movements working together to create a more sustainable future for the planet. As we move into the energy of February 2025's last quarter moon, we begin to feel the emotional shifts that are a natural part of this lunar phase. The last quarter moon is a time of release, reflection, and preparation for new beginnings. And with this comes a deep, introspective energy that can stir up a range of emotions. Many people experience heightened sensitivity, a sense of nostalgia, and a desire for inner clarity during this time. Let's dive deeper into these emotional shifts and explore how you can harness this energy for self-reflection and spiritual growth. One of the most noticeable emotional effects of the last quarter moon is heightened sensitivity. This period can bring emotions to the surface that you might not have fully processed or acknowledged before. You might feel more emotionally vulnerable or be easily moved by things that wouldn't typically affect you. Old wounds or unresolved emotions may resurface, prompting feelings of sadness, regret, or anger. This isn't a negative experience. It's simply the energy of the moon guiding you to confront and release what no longer serves you. This heightened sensitivity can also lead to an intensified connection with others, making you more attuned to the emotions and energies around you. You might find yourself more empathetic or deeply affected by the struggles of those close to you, or even by global events. On the other hand, some may seek solitude to recharge, as the energy of the last quarter moon can sometimes feel overwhelming. During this lunar phase, there is often a strong pull toward nostalgia, a longing for the past, or a deep reflection on how far you've come. You may feel the urge to think about past experiences, relationships, or choices. This reflection is an important part of the process, as it allows you to understand how far you've evolved and what you've learned. Nostalgia can sometimes bring up feelings of regret or longing, but it's also an opportunity to celebrate your growth and see how much you've accomplished. This period invites you to look at the lessons you've learned from past experiences and how they've shaped who you are today. It's a time to acknowledge both the good and the challenging aspects of your past and integrate them into your personal growth journey.